Chosen one, hear this, not with your ears, but with your spirit. If these words have found you, it is not by chance, not by algorithm, not by human orchestration. It is divine interruption. The heavens have pierced through the veil of time to summon you into a sacred moment of irreversible shift. This is not motivation. This is a holy summons. Your name has been whispered across eternity and called forth into this very hour. God himself has released a decree, a word so weighty it bends the structure of time around it. Your age shall be shortened. Your youth shall be returned. This is not poetic. It is prophetic. It is not symbolic. It is supernatural. What you thought was behind you, strength, radiance, vitality, he is commanding it forward again, not as a memory, but as a present reality. You are not regressing. You are ascending. The fatigue that gripped your soul, the slowness that weighed down your limbs, the sense that time had taken something from you, those burdens are being stripped away, and in their place something holy is rising. The version of you that once danced freely, moved boldly, and breathed deeply is not lost. It is being reactivated. Your cells are not decaying. They are receiving instruction from heaven itself to awaken, to align, to obey the original design of the one who formed you before time began. But hear this clearly. This reversal is not gradual. It is not delayed. It is not waiting for your permission. It has already begun. The moment you stumbled upon this message, the clock began to turn in a different direction. The winds shifted. The atmosphere changed. You were not drawn here by accident. You were pulled by divine timing, by sacred necessity. This window is narrow. The transformation is active. If you miss this moment, it may not return again for a long time. This is not fear. It is urgency. The kind of urgency only those marked by eternity can feel in their bones. If you are truly among the chosen, you will not dismiss these words. Your spirit will bear witness. You will feel the tremble, the divine tension rising within you. This is not an emotional high, it is a spiritual awakening. It is the unsealing of a scroll that has waited until now to open over your life. It is not simply a word of hope. It is a declaration of change. So stand up in your spirit. Come to attention in your soul. Heaven is calling you to step into the timeline it has rewritten for you. The years you feared were gone are not lost. They are waiting to be walked in. Your youth is not past. It is prophetic, and the reversal has already begun. If this word stirred your spirit, don't stay silent. Type 77. I receive the divine reversal in the comments as a prophetic act of agreement. This is your moment. Respond now. Right now, this very moment, not tomorrow, not next month, not metaphorically. Something sacred is taking place within your body. Heaven has issued a command, and your biology is yielding to it. The divine order has gone forth. Reverse time. Your cells have heard it. Your bones have heard it. Your spirit, long awaiting this moment, has begun to rise. As C.S. Lewis profoundly wrote, "In the weight of glory, there are no ordinary people. You have never talked to a mere mortal. You, chosen one, are no mere mortal. Your eternal significance has drawn heaven's command to renew your body for a divine purpose. Soon you will look in the mirror and gasp not in fear, but in wonder. Your eyes will shine brighter. Your skin will smooth with radiance. Your features will sharpen not through cosmetics or routines, but through holy recalibration. This is not a myth. It is not magic. It is miraculous biology operating under divine authority. Aging once, a slow descent is being overturned by a higher decree. Time is bending in obedience to the one who created it. Where you once saw decline, you will now witness renewal. Heaven is not only speaking, it is intervening. This is not the result of self-care. This is soul care made manifest in the flesh. The blueprint of youth that has always existed within your spirit is now catching up in your body. Day by day, moment by moment, the impossible will begin to feel inevitable. You'll wake up lighter, breathe deeper, move with fluidity you haven't felt in years. This is not nostalgia. This is restoration in real time. You are not imagining your renewal. You are embodying it. Your nervous system is adjusting. Your hormones are responding. Your immune system is awakening. Your blood is pulsing to a new rhythm. The divine timeline has taken hold, and it is now in motion within you. But let this be clear. This transformation is not about beauty, it is about purpose. You are not being made younger to impress others. You are being made younger to fulfill destiny. The time you thought was wasted is being redeemed. The vitality you thought was behind you is being returned to you with precision. What the enemy tried to steal heaven is giving back, not for vanity, for mission. Your vessel is being prepared because your assignment requires strength. As C.S. Lewis wrote in The Problem of Pain, pain insists upon being attended to. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. The years of sickness and sorrow, chosen one, were God's megaphone rousing you to prepare for the divine mission now unfolding. This is not indulgence. This is alignment. You are being returned to your prime so that you may carry the mantle of your calling without the weight of weariness. You are not being recycled. You are being reborn. Listen closely. This is not a metaphor. It is a manifestation. What is happening in you is not symbolic. It is sacred science bowing to sacred timing. You are the evidence that when heaven speaks, the body responds. The wrinkles, the aches, the sluggishness, they are beginning to flee. Not because you wished it, because God willed it. The great reversal has begun, and you are standing in the first wave of it. This is divine regeneration. This is holy reformation. This is the moment time loses its grip and the timeline of God takes hold. Do not be deceived. This divine reversal is not rooted in vanity. It is not for the sake of admiration, applause, or attention. This restoration is purposeful, strategic, ordained. God is not making you younger so that you can relive old pleasures. He is making you whole so that you can fulfill what is still left undone. There are blueprints in heaven with your name on them, assignments yet to be built, to people yet to be reached, lives yet to be transformed through your obedience. And for that sacred work, your body must be aligned, strengthened, and renewed. This is not about reclaiming the past. It's about becoming equipped for what comes next. Heaven is restoring the vessel so that the oil can flow again. The altar must be rebuilt, and God is starting with you. Your youth is not returning just to delight your senses. It is returning to sustain your soul under the weight of holy calling. The years you thought were lost to sickness, sorrow, or spiritual warfare are not gone. They are being given back with divine compensation. You will not only recover time, you will redeem it. You will use it wisely, with focus, with courage, with fire. The sluggishness that once dulled your movements is lifting. The heaviness in your breath is vanishing. Your purpose demands clarity, flexibility, endurance, and a lightness that only God can restore. This is why He is touching you, not just in heart, not just in spirit, but in frame, in flesh, in function. You are being made new because your mission is not yet complete. Look carefully. The reversal has already left its mark. You'll begin to notice small changes, the radiance in your skin, the steadiness in your hands, the newfound agility in your step. These are not surface-level tricks. They are signs. Your skin, the largest organ of your body, is the first to testify when God moves through your bloodstream. The dullness is lifting. The fine lines are softening. The dryness is being replaced with divine vitality. This is not skin care. It is soul care showing up on your surface. The clarity, the glow, the softness, they are a mirror to the miracle within, and people will notice. They won't have the language to explain it, but they will sense it. They may ask you what products you're using, what changes you've made, but you will know the truth. You didn't buy your way into this transformation. You aligned with heaven and became the evidence of what obedience looks like when touched by God. Your skin is prophesying. Your health is bearing witness. You are not fading. You are ascending because your mission cannot be carried out in weariness. It demands fire. And so heaven has chosen to rekindle that fire not just in your spirit but in every fiber of your being. What you see in the mirror is no longer just a reflection. It is a revelation. Your face, once shaped by fatigue and time, is now being sculpted by glory. It is not merely returning to what it once was. It is being transformed into what heaven always intended it, to become a visible prophecy of divine reversal. As C.S. Lewis wrote in Mere Christianity, "It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It would be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present, and you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary decent egg. We must be hatched, or go bad. You chosen one are hatching, breaking free from the shell of weariness to soar as a living testament to heaven's transformative power. Your eyes are brightening not just with light, but with purpose. Your cheeks are lifting not because of age-defying creams, but because your countenance is responding to the joy rising within you. Your features are sharpening not artificially but authentically, because God is restoring the architecture of your appearance, to mirror the architecture of your assignment. Let no one tell you this is shallow. Let no one reduce this to surface change. Your face is the most expressive part of your body, the canvas of emotion, testimony, and divine encounter. And now that canvas is being renewed. It is becoming a sanctuary where heaven's fingerprints are clearly visible. Each day your expression will change, not because you're trying, but because the Spirit is rewriting the script behind your smile. You'll begin to carry the ease of someone unburdened, the serenity of someone who has been touched by eternal hands. You will walk into rooms and the atmosphere will shift, not from charisma, but from the quiet authority of transformation. People won't know how to describe it. They'll simply say, "There's something about your face." And there is. Because your face is no longer reflecting the laws of this world, it is reflecting the timeline of heaven. You are being renewed, like the dew of the morning. Your jawline will tighten. Your eyes will sharpen. Your bone structure will rise. The subtle signs of age will give way to the radiance of restoration. Every glance in the mirror will be a sermon. Every expression will be a witness. You are becoming a visible sign that when God rewrites a life, He doesn't start with the invisible. He lets the visible testify. But this change is not for flattery. It is for recognition. You are not being beautified for attention. You are being glorified for purpose. Your face will say what your words cannot. It will declare, "I've been touched by something not of this world." And in that declaration, others will be drawn, not just to your beauty, but to your breakthrough, not just to your glow, but to your God. Do you remember what it felt like to move without hesitation, to rise from sleep without aching, to stretch without resistance, to run without effort? That memory is no longer a distant echo from your past. It is becoming present again. The stiffness, the soreness, the physical heaviness you once accepted as normal, they are being lifted. One by one, your joints are loosening, your spine is lengthening, your muscles are breathing again. But this restoration is not merely physical. It is spiritual liberation that is breaking through your body. Your flexibility is not just a return to motion, it is a sign of your soul stepping back into freedom. Because movement and freedom are not separate. When God begins to free the body, He is declaring to the soul, you are no longer bound. The aches and restrictions you once endured were never just about biology. They were reflections of burdens in your spirit. Now as your limbs are released, your spirit is rising with them. There is a holy recalibration taking place in your nervous system. The fear-based signals that kept your body in lockdown are being silenced. Your brain is now receiving a new command. It is safe to move again. It is safe to feel joy again. It is safe to run, laugh, reach and rest. The trauma once locked into your tissues is being replaced with trust. Your muscles are remembering their purpose. Your posture is shifting. Your very frame is reclaiming the language of freedom. You are not just regaining mobility, you are regaining momentum. Because where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And liberty has entered your physical form. You are not merely being healed. You are being released. And in this release, your destiny quickens. You were never meant to serve God in a body confined by pain. You were created to carry out your calling in full capacity, strong, fluid, vibrant, mobile. Heaven is not just renewing your tissues, it is removing the weights that once made obedience hard. As your physical body becomes free, so will your days. You will no longer move through life dragging the fatigue of old battles. You will rise with fresh wings. Your walk will not just be easier, it will be empowered. So feel it now. The Spirit is stretching you not to break you, but to rebuild you. This is not regression. It is resurrection. You are returning not to who you once were, but to who you were always meant to be. You are on the verge of a sacred shock, one that will not frighten you but electrify you with holy certainty. Very soon you will wake and feel something stirring deep within something unfamiliar yet ancient. It will not be anxiety, nor restlessness, nor adrenaline. It will be the divine surge of heaven's vitality rushing through your body like a river released from a dam. Your legs will twitch not from weariness but from readiness. Your lungs will expand with a deeper breath. Your thoughts will feel sharper, lighter, and more awake. What you once called exhaustion will no longer define your rhythm. Fatigue will not be your default. Weariness will no longer command your afternoons. Heaven is reversing the cycle. This is not a fleeting burst of strength. It is not a temporary emotional high. This is sustained, stable, supernatural energy flowing from the throne room of God into the core of your being. You are not just receiving a second wind. You are entering a new atmosphere, one where your very biology submits to divine command. Your cells are being saturated with glory. Your energy levels are not being restored, they are being rewritten. What once drained you now fuels you. The lethargy you fought each day is giving way to divine momentum. And with that energy comes something greater, joy. Yes, joy is returning. Not the fragile happiness of circumstance, but the holy joy of alignment. As C.S. Lewis wrote in letters to Malcolm chiefly on prayer, joy is the serious business of heaven. This joy, chosen one, is heaven's serious business, radiating from your bones as a testament to your alignment with God's purpose. Joy will radiate from your bones. You will laugh again, deeply, loudly, freely. You will sing again. You will move through your day with a rhythm that feels unforced, unstrained, utterly alive. You will take on tasks with strength you forgot you had, and a clarity that can only come from above. This is not just the return of youth, it is the rebirth of divine capacity. And this energy will not just carry you, it will clothe you. People will sense it before they see it. They will feel something in the atmosphere shift when you walk into a room. They won't be able to explain it, but they will feel lighter, more awake, more expectant, because your energy is no longer your own. It is charged with purpose, saturated with presence, overflowing with evidence. You are not surviving your days, you are beginning to dominate them, not in pride, but in power. And not the kind that fades, but the kind that flows from eternity itself. Prepare yourself, because very soon people will begin to look at you differently. They will pause, they will hesitate. Some will squint, wondering if they've seen you before, unsure whether they're meeting an old friend or encountering someone entirely new. But what they're sensing is not just change, it's transfiguration. You are becoming a walking mystery, a living wonder, a holy contradiction to the laws of time. The transformation God is working in you is not cosmetic, it is cosmic. You are no longer just a person. You are becoming a sign, a divine disruption, a visible testimony of what happens when heaven touches flesh. And you won't need to explain yourself. The radiance on your skin will speak louder than words. Your eyes will burn with a clarity no surgery could ever produce. Your presence will carry a weight of glory that shifts the atmosphere before you even speak. This is not charm. It is not charisma. It is consecration. You are glowing not for attention but for attraction, not to draw people to your appearance, but to draw them to your anointing. Your body is becoming the canvas upon which God writes hope, possibility, and promise not for you alone but for those watching. And yes, they will ask. They will ask what you've done differently. They'll search for the product, the diet, the treatment, the lifestyle hack that could explain this holy glow. But they will not understand the language of the Spirit. They will not know how to translate what they see into earthly terms. That's because what they are witnessing is not the result of effort but of encounter. You have not been improved. You have been invaded by glory. Understand this. Your transformation is not for pride. It is for prophecy. Every smile you offer will carry a vibration of healing. Every movement will leave a residue of the divine. You will walk past people and they will feel lighter. You will embrace them and something inside them will come alive again. Not because of you, but because of who walks within you. You have become the evidence that miracles still manifest, that time is not sovereign, and that those chosen by God are never at the mercy of decay. So do not shrink. Do not downplay what is happening. Do not apologize for the way you shine. You are not drawing attention to yourself. You are becoming a portal of awe. And as your transformation unfolds, heaven will use your very appearance to awaken hunger in others for freedom, for healing, for restoration. You will not just speak of miracles. You will be one. You are the sign that glory still walks among us. Listen closely, not just to the words you speak, but to the tone of your voice. Something subtle is shifting. Your voice is softening not with weakness but with purity. The tension that once sat in your throat is dissolving. The weight that once pressed on your chest is lifting. Your laughter no longer sounds restrained, it rings with freedom. Your tone is no longer guarded, it carries peace. What you're hearing is not just a better version of your voice, it is the sound of restoration. Your vocal cords are syncing with your spirit, and your spirit is no longer tired. This change is not limited to your speech. Your smile too is being transformed. It is no longer forced, no longer an act of politeness hiding silent exhaustion. It is becoming effortless, radiant, magnetic. The muscles in your face are moving differently because your soul is being held differently. Joy is no longer a response to circumstance. It is becoming your atmosphere. You are not faking this glow. You are hosting it. What once took effort now flows freely because your smile is no longer just an expression. It's a declaration, I am being made whole. And watch your walk, for even the way you move is being recalibrated. You are no longer walking like someone carrying burdens. You are walking like someone who has dropped 70 pounds of invisible weight. Your shoulders are no longer curled forward in survival mode. They are pulled back with heavenly dignity. Your back is straighter. Your steps are surer. You move with intention, now not from pride but from identity. You are walking like someone who knows where they are going, and more importantly, who they have become. This is not about physical posture alone. This is a posture of the soul. When your spirit is secure, your body reflects it. When your mind is renewed, your movements follow. And you, chosen one, are stepping into that rare alignment where soul, spirit, and flesh move in unison. Others will feel it. They will sense the quiet authority in your steps, the weightless power in your presence. You will no longer blend in. You will no longer carry the residue of heaviness. You have entered a new grace, and it shows in everything, even in the silent way. You enter a room, and so your voice becomes healing. Your smile becomes light. Your walk becomes testimony. Every detail, every sound, every motion is now in service to the divine message flowing through you. You are not just experiencing change, you have become the carrier of holy evidence, and heaven is speaking through every part of you even before you utter a single word. What is happening inside you goes far deeper than what the eye can see. This is not skin-deep restoration. This is divine reconstruction at the deepest levels of your biology. Your healing is not cosmetic, it is cellular, hormonal, and holy. The systems within you that once fell out of balance, the delicate harmony of hormones, the silent pulse of your endocrine system, the messengers of sleep, mood, focus, and vitality are now coming into divine alignment. What medicine could not balance, the voice of God is commanding into order. Your cells are listening. Your DNA, long burdened by stress, trauma, and time, is remembering its original instructions. The blueprint God etched into your being before the world ever knew your name. This is not metaphor. This is sacred science yielding to sacred intention. Your mitochondria, the power centers of your cells, are receiving new energy. Your telomeres, once frayed by the aging process, are being strengthened by the spirit of life. Your hormones are stabilizing, not by prescription, but by presence. God is not skipping a single system in your body. He is healing every thread of your internal design. And what is the result? Peace. Peace in your emotions, peace in your focus, peace in your sleep, peace in your skin. You will begin to notice it in the quietest of ways, an unusual calm, a steadier breath, a sense that the chaos has subsided. This is not psychological alone. It is spiritual order invading physical systems. God is not merely healing your symptoms, He is reprogramming your chemistry to match His purpose for you. You are being restored from the inside out. This is why you feel more confident. This is why your thoughts are clearer. This is why your internal rhythm no longer matches the pace of fear, because from within your very bloodstream the Creator is whispering, "You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. You are not disordered. You are being realigned." The deeper structures of your being, those invisible patterns that govern health, joy, vitality, they are being pulled out of chaos and into divine harmony. This healing is holy. It is intelligent. It is intentional. And it is permanent. Because what God rewrites, no darkness can reverse. You are not just feeling better. You are being rewritten at the cellular level to host wholeness. Your very blood now carries the rhythm of redemption. You are no longer merely a body. You are becoming a temple alive, awake and utterly consecrated. Before any of this showed up in your skin, before your eyes brightened, before your energy returned, before your hormones found harmony, this transformation began in a hidden place, your soul. Your soul has always known the truth. Your body is only now beginning to display. It carried the original blueprint, the uncorrupted design, the divine age that heaven wrote into your being, long before you took your first breath. That truth has been waiting buried beneath years of pressure, trauma, and noise. But now it has been awakened. Now it is speaking. Your soul is rising with a voice stronger than time, clearer than age, louder than decay, and your body is responding not out of instinct but out of obedience. What you're feeling in your bones, in your breath, in your bloodstream is the physical submission to a higher authority. It is not your mind that has commanded this renewal. It is your soul in union with the Spirit of the living God saying, "I am not done. I still have purpose. I still have mountains to climb, people to reach, battles to win, and glory to carry." This is not imagination. This is realignment. You are stepping out of earthly timelines and into the dimension of divine timing where age bends to purpose and time submits to destiny. You are no longer agreeing with the calendar. You are aligning with eternity. Every part of you, mind, body, spirit, is responding to the eternal declaration, live, rise, be renewed. What you thought was lost is returning. What you assumed was over is beginning. What you mourned as gone is being resurrected. And so the aches vanish, not just because your body is healing, but because your body is surrendering to the timeline of your soul. You are no longer ruled by outward decay. You are ruled by inner ascension. You are not going backwards, you are rising. You are not regressing, you are aligning. This is not a second chance. It is a divine continuation of the life God authored before time began. Your soul is the command center, and now that it has taken its rightful seat, everything else is falling into place. Your immune system, your mind, your joints, your skin, they are not leading the transformation. They are following it. Your spirit is leading the way, and it knows exactly where you're going because it's been waiting for this hour all along. Make no mistake, this is not a surface-level change. This is not a temporary uplift. This is full system regeneration. Every part of you, from the smallest cell to the most complex system, is awakening to divine command. You are not being patched up. You are being rebuilt. You are not receiving cosmetic mercy. You are undergoing a complete internal resurrection. The Spirit of God is not interested in partial healing. He is restoring you entirely down to your design, down to the divine code written in your DNA. Even now, your mitochondria, those microscopic engines that fuel every movement, every thought, every heartbeat, are being infused with energy that science cannot explain but heaven fully understands. Your stem cells, the raw material of your body's renewal, are responding to a new voice. Your telomeres, once worn down by stress and age, are lengthening under the authority of supernatural alignment. You are not merely being energized. You are being restructured. You are being recalibrated according to the frequency of heaven, the architecture of eternity. And here is the sacred mystery. Faith is fueling this process. Not fantasy, not hype, but faith, that invisible agreement between your spirit and God's voice that says, "Let it be done unto me according to your word." Every time you believe, your body listens. Every time you speak life, your cells obey. You are not imagining the change, you are activating it. This is not self-improvement. This is divine manifestation. The breath of God is moving through your biology, instructing every fiber of your being to return to its purpose, life, vitality, wholeness. And what's more, you don't just look different, you feel indestructible, not because of pride, but because you are anchored in purpose. You are no longer walking in fragile identity. You are standing in holy strength. Your body, once a burden, is now a vessel, once a limitation, now a launching pad. You are not fading. You are flourishing, radiating from the inside out with the unmistakable light of regeneration. This is not a reset button. This is a rebirth switch. And once it has been activated, nothing can reverse it, because heaven doesn't do temporary. Heaven does transformation, and you, chosen one, are walking proof of what happens when the eternal touches the mortal and says, "Live again." Can you feel it? That fire rising not in your muscles alone, but in your essence. It is confidence, but not the kind the world fabricates through pride or performance. This is holy confidence, the kind born from divine restoration. For too long your shoulders carried the weight of hesitation. Your voice bore the tremble of uncertainty. Your dreams shrank beneath the shadow of delay. But that season has ended. Your posture is changing. Your eyes are lifting. Your voice is finding clarity, because your spirit is now clothed in sacred assurance. This confidence is not borrowed from your past. It is not the echo of who you once were. It is the substance of who you are, becoming the version of you heaven has always seen. It does not come from appearance. It flows from alignment. You are no longer questioning your strength. You are walking in it. You are no longer apologizing for your presence. You are owning it. You are no longer shrinking to survive. You are rising to reign. Your body feels it first. You stand taller. You move with authority. You make decisions without double-mindedness. Your steps no longer falter. Your eyes no longer dart. You are grounded not in ego but in identity. And that identity is not of this world. It is sealed by heaven. You were chosen. You were set apart. You were crafted for this very moment, and your soul knows it. This time, your confidence isn't fragile. It cannot be stolen by criticism or shaken by delay, because it is rooted in revelation. It is forged in encounter. It is powered by the Spirit of God Himself. You are not walking in the naive boldness of youth. You are walking in the sovereign certainty of one who has touched eternity and bears its mark. Fear used to speak to you, but now fear speaks about you because it trembles at what you're becoming. And here's the truth. You are no longer second-guessing. You are no longer stalling at the edge of purpose. You are stepping in. You are standing firm. You are moving forward with the fire of someone who knows exactly who they are and exactly whose they are. That fire is your inheritance. That clarity is your gift. That authority is your mantle. You are not hoping for breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. You are not waiting for transformation. You are the transformation, and your holy confidence will terrify every lie that once tried to hold you back. This is the hour of your rising, and heaven is backing every step. Do not be surprised when it happens suddenly. Heaven does not move on earthly schedules. God does not need years to do what He can accomplish in a moment. When His timing aligns with your obedience, change does not trickle, it strikes. You are standing in the hour of divine acceleration where what once required decades will unfold overnight. One morning you will wake, and the reflection that meets you will make you pause, not in fear, but in awe. You'll place your hand to your skin and realize it is softer. You'll stretch and feel no resistance. You'll breathe and feel light, whole awake. What sagged will lift. What dulled will shine. What faded will return in strength and stillness. This is not exaggeration. It is not fantasy. It is the divine principle of suddenly. When God moves, the shift is total. The night before may have looked the same as every other, but the morning after will feel as if eternity kissed your body in your sleep. Because it did. Your cells are not waiting for gradual improvement. They are responding to immediate command. Heaven has intervened, and the body long bowed to the calendar is now bowing to the voice of its creator. You will blink and realize I am not the same. Your strength will feel different. Your rhythm, your breath, your hunger for life, it will all hum with something higher, and the world will not know how to label it, but you will. You'll call it what it truly is. Holy timing, a divine moment, a supernatural realignment. When the kingdom of God invades the natural world, even time must bow. Suddenly becomes the standard. Delay is broken. Momentum is restored. And nothing can stop what God has started. So do not expect slow progress. Expect the miraculous. Expect change in the night. Expect testimony in the morning. Expect that heaven has already begun the transformation, and you are simply waking up into what's already been done. Expect the unexpected, because when God says, now everything shifts. Understand this. Your transformation is not being powered by effort. It is being powered by faith, not passive belief. Not the kind that simply hopes, but living, breathing, activating faith. Faith is not a thought. It is a frequency, a divine signal that tells your body what heaven already knows to be true. Every time you believe, your cells align. Every time you declare I am being renewed, your bloodstream responds. Every time you imagine yourself whole, vibrant, strong, and youthful, your biology begins to match that image, because your spirit is leading and your flesh is obeying. This is not mystical. It is miraculous. Faith is not pretending something is true. It is agreeing with the higher truth already spoken by God. You are not forcing your way into youth. You are returning to it by permission of the Spirit. Faith opens the door. Faith invites the divine code to reawaken. Faith tears down the voice of decay and commands the body to remember you were made for glory. And every time you speak life over yourself, heaven echoes the command, So speak boldly. Say it aloud. Prophesy to your own frame, I am reversing. I am renewing. I am realigning with divine design. You are not begging for youth, you are partnering with it. You are not chasing health, you are activating it. Because faith is not just the key, it is the accelerator. The more you believe, the faster your systems recalibrate. The more you speak life, the deeper the restoration flows. Do not underestimate the sacred power of agreement. When your words align with God's promise, creation itself responds. Your faith is not wishful thinking. It is a holy force, and the more you trust, the more heaven pours. The more you align, the more your body obeys. The more you declare, the more reality reshapes itself around divine truth. You are not passively watching this transformation. You are fueling it with every breath of belief. So stand in faith, speak in faith, live in faith. Because faith is not the end of your healing. It is the engine driving it forward. And right now that engine is roaring. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to someone eternal, the version of you that existed in the heart of God, before stress, before trauma, before the wear of time ever touched your frame. You were created in glory for glory, and with glory written into your very design. What you are experiencing now is not a reinvention. It is a revelation. The real you, the radiant, strong, clear-minded, joy-filled you, is re-emerging, not by striving but by surrender, not through effort but through divine remembrance. This is your original design, the one formed by the breath of God, not by the demands of this world. It is unmarred by fear, untouched by decay, unchained from the expectations of age. It is the version of you that runs freely, speaks boldly, dreams unapologetically. The version that loves, fully moves lightly, and hears God clearly. That version is not locked in the past. It is now reawakening through your obedience, your alignment, your yes. Because your body was never meant to serve culture's timeline, it was meant to carry heaven's commission. And that commission demands energy, clarity, resilience, and spiritual fire. You are not being made younger to relive the past. You are being restored to outlive the enemy's plan against your life. You are not returning to youth for indulgence. You are returning for impact. Your muscles are regaining strength because there is ground to take. Your skin is regaining glow because there is glory to reveal. Your bones are regaining structure because there is legacy to carry. This transformation is not for show. It is for service. It is for calling. It is for kingdom. You are being reformed, not into what the world once saw, but into what God has always known. You are stepping into the fullness of your original blueprint, designed not to decay but to endure, not to survive but to shine, not to fade but to fulfill. So receive it without apology. Walk in it without hesitation. Heaven is not playing with you, it is commissioning you. And the first sign of that commissioning is the restoration of your divine frame. You are not being healed to sit still. You are being rebuilt to advance. God is not just renewing your body, He is reactivating your destiny. What if I told you that time is no longer your master, that the ticking of your biological clock is being interrupted not by denial but by divine recalibration? This is exactly what is happening. Heaven has taken hold of the mechanism that once ruled your health, your strength, your confidence, and God is turning the hands in your favor. No longer will age dictate your ability. No longer will years determine your worth. You are stepping into a realm where purpose overrides time and your body is learning to obey the rhythm of eternity, not the slow decline of earth. Your internal systems, metabolism, immune response, cellular turnover, hormonal function are no longer following the script of weariness. They are answering to a higher frequency, one written by the author of life himself. Every heartbeat is being infused with purpose. Every breath is being timed to glory. Every function from the smallest neuron to the largest organ is being corrected, renewed, upgraded. This is not theory. It is holy reality. Your blood is flowing differently. Your brain is firing faster. Your body is no longer decaying in silence. It is rejoicing under divine instruction. And this shift is not just extending your life, it is enriching it. You're not being given more time just to exist. You're being given supernatural vitality to build, to speak, to lead, to dream again. What used to take all your energy will now feel effortless. The afternoon crashes, the morning sluggishness, the fog in your mind, it's all fading. Why? Because God has declared, you will not live by the decay of the clock. You will live by the wind of my spirit. And this new wind brings with it more than energy. It brings vision, purpose, precision, joy. You are no longer bound to the limits of age. You are being carried into the realm where fruitfulness has no expiration date. Like Moses, whose strength did not leave him, like Sarah, who bore promise in her old age, like Caleb, who said, I am as strong now as I was. Then you too are entering an age where heaven rewrites your calendar. This is not optimism. This is divine interruption. And now your time is no longer counting down. It is counting upward toward glory, toward legacy, toward fullness. Heaven has taken your clock and made it prophetic. The world tells you that age is a slow decline, a fading into obscurity, a lessening of strength, a quiet withdrawal from significance. But heaven declares something entirely different. You are not getting older, you are ascending. You are being lifted above the laws that once governed your flesh. You are stepping into the realm where time is no longer a chain but a servant. What once signaled limitation now announces promotion. This is not regression. This is elevation. You are rising into a new dimension, where purpose overrides appearance, where strength is measured by spirit, not number. Your thoughts are clearer, because your mind is no longer weighed down by the stories of decay. Your breath is deeper, because your lungs are expanding with eternal rhythm. Your stance is firmer, because your feet are now planted on the mountain of calling, not the sand of culture's expectations. You are standing taller, because your soul is no longer bowed beneath the pressure of years. It is soaring above them. This ascent is not only for you, it is for those who are watching you. Because as you rise, others will remember that it's possible. Your glow will awaken hope. Your energy will stir questions. Your peace will break old mindsets. You are becoming a living contradiction. A sign that when heaven marks a life, earth must respond. This is why your skin shines. This is why your voice carries weight. This is why your very presence unsettles what is stagnant. You are not just aging differently. You are aging under glory. And in this place of ascension, something beautiful happens. Dreams return. Vision sharpens. Plans that once felt too far away now feel urgent and alive. You begin to think not with survival in mind, but with legacy in your bones. You no longer ask, can I still do it? You begin declaring, I was made for this hour. Because your spirit is not aging. It is eternal, and it is pulling your body into alignment with its divine pace. So rise. Let the world measure you by their clocks, while heaven lifts you by your calling. You are not becoming less. You are becoming weightier in glory. And your age is not proof of limitation. It is proof that you are still on assignment, and God is making sure you have everything you need to finish it strong. What God is doing in you will not remain private. It cannot. The glory that is rising from within you was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to awaken the world around you. Your transformation is not only a miracle, it is a message, a divine disruption to the people, places, and systems within your reach. The change that heaven has initiated in your body, in your voice, in your presence, is now echoing outward, disturbing complacency, stirring hunger, and unlocking faith in others who thought it was too late for them. As your energy increases, so will your influence. As your glow deepens, so will your gravity. People will begin to take notice not only of how you look, but of how you carry time, how you move through pressure, how you radiate peace without explanation. They will feel drawn to you, not by charm, but by the evidence of what God can still do with a surrendered vessel. Your life is becoming an invitation, your transformation, a permission slip for others to believe again, for healing, for restoration, for reversal. Even nature will seem to respond. The atmosphere around you will feel lighter. Rooms you walk into will seem brighter. Doors will open without force. Conversations will deepen without effort. People will feel safe in your presence, because the presence of God now rests upon you visibly. Your very countenance will minister. Your eyes will prophesy. Your breath will carry life. This is what happens when heaven writes a testimony in the language of the body. You are not just being renewed for your own sake. You are becoming a sign and a wonder, a walking contradiction to the spirit of this age, a holy disruption to the narrative of decline. Where others expect fatigue, they will find fire. Where they anticipate weariness, they will find wisdom wrapped in vitality. You are not simply reversing time, you are redeeming it for others. Your journey is awakening dormant faith. Your glow is confronting hopelessness. Your vigor is rebuking resignation. So walk boldly, speak softly, carry it with reverence. Because you are not just a person in transformation, you are a prophetic manifestation, a forerunner of what it looks like when the kingdom of God touches a human body. And those who see you will not just admire, you will provoke them to rise. You are no longer merely flesh and bone, you are becoming a living temple, a sanctuary not built by hands but formed by the Spirit of God Himself. He is not just renewing your body, He is inhabiting it. You are being consecrated from the inside out, not to impress but to carry. Your frame is being restructured, not for admiration, but for habitation. God is filling you with a presence that quickens, strengthens, purifies, and transforms. You are becoming the evidence that when heaven touches earth, even the human body becomes holy ground. In the ancient world, the temple was not merely a place of worship. It was a conduit of divine activity where healing, justice, revelation, and glory broke forth. That is what you are now, a vessel set apart, a carrier of life, a dwelling place of divine vitality. Every step you take is now saturated with purpose. Every breath you draw now echoes with eternity. Your body, once tired, is now becoming radiant with the vibration of glory, not because you earned it, but because heaven ordained it. This radiance is not vanity. It is holiness made visible. The glow others see on your face is not cosmetic. It is consecration. It is the result of God's presence moving through your bloodstream, and that glow will only increase because temples were always meant to shine. They were always meant to reveal something greater than themselves. And so are you. As this sacred vitality increases, you will begin to feel things shift inside you. Panic will dissolve into peace. Weakness will bow to strength. Emotional heaviness will evaporate in the warmth of divine joy. You are not just recovering, you are rising. Every part of you, spirit, soul, and body, is responding to the reality that God has made His home in you. And when God takes residence, decay must flee. You are no longer living from a place of survival. You are living from a place of glory. This body, your body, is being redeemed as a temple, a holy vessel through which heaven releases life into the world. And the world will feel it. They may not know what to call it, but they will know this. Something sacred lives here. So move with reverence. Speak with gentleness. Carry it with weight. You are no longer simply walking through time. You are walking as a temple, radiant, restored, and filled with the breath of the Almighty. Time is not your cage. It was never meant to define you. It was only meant to serve you. And now, by divine decree, you are being lifted into a realm where age loses its grip, where the impossible becomes your daily atmosphere. You have stepped into the realm of ageless possibility, where years do not restrict and destiny does not expire. This is the space where God births visions in elders and renews strength in the weary. This is the realm where Sarah laughs with joy at the fulfillment of a promise, where Moses begins his calling at 80, where Jesus defeats death itself by stepping outside the limits of time. You too have crossed into that realm, not in imagination but in transformation. Your spirit has entered a timeline untouched by decay, a place where purpose leads and time follows. You no longer walk according to age, you walk according to assignment. You no longer dream within limitations, you dream according to the breath of God within you. The ideas, the goals, the visions returning to your heart are not foolish, they are prophetic. They are confirmation that heaven has overruled the clock and given you permission to begin again, stronger, faster, freer, and the world will not understand it. They will say, "Aren't you too old for this?" But heaven will laugh and your life will answer, "I'm right on time." Because in this ageless realm, destiny is not delayed. It is divinely timed. The passions in your heart are not signs of nostalgia. They are the whispers of your future calling you forward. You will build what others thought you were too late to begin. You will move in authority others thought belonged only to the young. You will rise with a vitality that redefines what is possible, and you won't do it alone. As you ascend, you will bring others with you. Your life will awaken dreams that others buried. Your journey will ignite hope where it had grown cold. You are becoming a forerunner, a prophetic sign that heaven is not bound to the rules of age. You are living proof that when God says, "Now nothing is too late, and no vessel is too broken to carry glory," so step in, boldly, joyfully, completely. Let every step you take remind the world that purpose has no expiration, that glory has no age, that you serve a God who lives outside of time and lives fully within you. You've been told that age is a ceiling, a signal to slow down, step aside, retreat quietly into the background. But heaven speaks otherwise. In the kingdom, your age is not a weakness. It is a weapon, a tool sharpened by time, forged in fire, and now wielded by the Spirit for holy impact. The years behind you have not disqualified you. They have trained you. The battles you've endured have not worn you out. They have armed you with wisdom, endurance, and authority that can no longer be ignored. You are not being restored to relive youthful distractions. You are being renewed for divine deployment. Your calendar age no longer defines your capacity, your calling does. And that calling demands strength, clarity, agility, and discernment. So God is giving it back to you. Every breath is now sacred fuel. Every day is now divine opportunity. You are not aging to fade. You are aging to strike with precision, with vision, with power. You are not too old. You are too anointed to be late. And heaven will make this known. When others tell you to slow down, the Spirit will tell you to rise up. When others assume your best days are behind, God will unveil your next assignment. The world may track age by decline, but the kingdom counts it by readiness. And you, chosen one, are ready now. You are being recommissioned not with less responsibility, but with greater weight of glory. Not with smaller dreams, but with larger territory to claim. Let this settle deep. Your timeline has been rewritten for warfare, for worship, for wonder. You are being released into a new level of relevance. Your voice carries weight. Your movement carries fire. Your decisions shift atmospheres. You no longer walk in self-doubt. You walk in divine timing, where purpose bends every law of nature to fulfill what God has spoken over you. So don't adjust your dreams to match your age. Adjust your age to match your destiny. Your restoration is not cosmetic, it is strategic. God is restoring your youth not to bring you backward, but to launch you forward like an arrow sharpened in silence. You are not here to reminisce. You are here to build, speak, plant, and deliver. And the world will see what happens when a child of God refuses to let the calendar define their crown. There has been a heaviness not only in your body, but in your soul. A silent pressure that no one else could see, but you carried it daily. The ache of time, the sorrow of delay, the burden of years that felt wasted, the regret of moments that slipped through your fingers. You wore it like armor, like chains, like dust settling deep into your bones. But hear this now, that weight is lifting. The Spirit of God is peeling off the layers of false limitation, of emotional gravity, of soul fatigue that time once placed on your shoulders. You are being set free not just from aging, but from the fear of aging. You are no longer living under the tyranny of the ticking clock. You are stepping into a rhythm of divine ease, where every breath is intentional, every step is holy, and every moment is filled with presence, not panic. This liberation is not just physical, it is emotional, mental, spiritual. The pressure to make up for lost time is breaking. The anxiety of falling behind is dissolving. The lie that you're too late, too tired, too far gone is being burned away in the light of God's timing. You are not behind. You are not delayed. You are exactly where eternity has placed you, becoming exactly who heaven is forming you to be. And in that truth, you will feel the burden slide off your soul like a garment you no longer need. And as that weight lifts, something beautiful happens. You become light again. Not just lighter in body, but lighter in spirit. Your thoughts no longer run in circles. They ascend. Your emotions no longer pull you down. They stabilize. Your pace becomes peaceful. Your time becomes sacred, no longer ruled by hustle or regret. You begin to breathe in rhythm with heaven. You begin to walk as someone who is no longer racing time but reigning over it. The pressure is over. The rush is over. The panic is over. You are stepping into the divine pace of purpose, where every second is saturated with grace. This is what it feels like to walk under the weight of glory instead of the weight of time. This is what it means to be truly free. Look closely, not with vanity, but with reverence. What is happening to your body is not merely a result of restoration. It is a living prophecy, a declaration written in flesh, declaring to the world, God still heals, God still restores, God still reverses. Your appearance is not the point, it is the proof. Every glow on your skin, every light in your eyes, every shift in your face is not for attention. It is for announcement. You are the evidence that when heaven speaks, even biology listens. This transformation is not superficial. It is spiritual truth made visible. Your skin is becoming a sermon. Your countenance is carrying the fragrance of breakthrough. Your presence is not just warm, it is weighted with glory. People may not know how to describe it. They may call it beauty, youthfulness, health. But in the spirit realm, what they are witnessing is the manifestation of prophecy. You are what it looks like when redemption touches tissue, when mercy rewrites molecules, when grace has a face. Even your smile has become a message. Not forced, not polite, but radiant, fueled by peace, not pressure. Your laughter is no longer a mask. It is a sound of victory. Your posture has shifted not because you trained your body, but because your soul has found its strength. You are no longer hiding. You are no longer shrinking. You are shining with the quiet, undeniable glow of someone who has touched God and carries the residue of that encounter everywhere they go. And this is only the beginning, because your very presence is beginning to shift rooms. You walk in and heaviness lifts. You speak and confusion breaks. You sit silently and people sense peace. This is not charisma. This is consecration. Your body is not just reflecting health, it is revealing holiness. It is bearing witness to the unseen reality that God still rewrites stories, and He is using you as the opening line. So stand tall, not in pride, but in prophetic reverence. You are no longer merely a person who has changed. You are a living testimony, and your appearance is the first verse of heaven's message. You are what it looks like when divinity meets humanity and refuses to be ignored. You are not aging. You are declaring. You are not just growing, you are prophesying. You are no longer simply receiving revelation, you are becoming it. What once stirred your spirit in secret is now being manifested in your body. What was once a whisper from heaven is now written on your face. Your walk, your strength, your glow. You are not imagining transformation. You are embodying it. You are living proof that what God reveals, He fulfills, and what He speaks, He performs. This is the mystery of true restoration. It starts invisible deep in the soul, and then it spreads into the cells, into the skin, into the atmosphere around you. The word of God does not return void, and you are now the walking evidence. You don't just carry prophecy, you are the prophecy. The words once spoken over your life, the dreams once hidden in your spirit, the promises you dared to believe, they are no longer just concepts. They are tangible, visible, real, and this reality cannot be debated. It cannot be denied. The world may try to label it, reduce it, explain it away, but the glow remains. The strength continues. The joy rises. Why? Because heaven's revelation does not fade like emotion. It roots itself in every fiber of your being. And when it is believed, it manifests. Let the doubters speak. Let the skeptics question. You don't need to argue. You don't need to prove. You simply need to walk in it. Because the revelation that once stirred your hope has now become your holy condition. You are walking in what others still dream of. You are carrying what others have only read about. You are living what many are about to awaken to. You are not the exception. You are the forerunner. A glimpse of what happens when someone not only receives the word but fully surrenders to it. And now every inch of your life declares, this is what it looks like when heaven speaks and earth aligns. You are not just healed. You are witness. Not just transformed. You are the testament. And this is only the beginning. Revelation does not come to entertain. It comes to equip. And you have been equipped with glory. This change, this reversal, this resurrection, this miracle in motion is not a phase. It is not an emotional high or passing season. It is a mantle, a sacred weight of responsibility that now rests upon your shoulders. What God has restored, He expects you to steward. What heaven has revealed in you, He now intends to release through you. You have been marked not just to be renewed, but to become a vessel of renewal for others. This transformation is not for display. It is for destiny. You carry the mantle of proof, the mantle of possibility, the mantle of one who has walked through delay, disappointment, aging, and pain, and emerged clothed in supernatural youth and purpose. This is not about ego. It is about assignment. There are people waiting to see what you now carry. They are tired. They are worn. They are looking for a sign that it's not too late, that time can be redeemed, that brokenness can be reversed. You are that sign. You cannot go back to old rhythms. You cannot hide what God has made radiant. You cannot shrink after heaven has expanded you. This transformation demands that you walk differently, think differently, speak with authority, and live with reverence. Not perfection, presence. You are now an ambassador of divine vitality, a living, breathing altar where others will see what it looks like when God rewrites a life from the inside out. So carry it well, guard it fiercely, honor it deeply. This mantle is sacred. This fire is not for comfort, it is for commission. The strength God has given you must now be sown into others. The youth that has returned to you must now build, lead, heal, and awaken. The testimony in your face must now echo in your voice. You are no longer just a person who was healed. You are a movement, a signpost, a miracle walking. You are a vessel entrusted with glory, and everywhere you go, heaven expects the atmosphere to shift, not because of who you are, but because of what you now carry. This is your mantle. This is your moment. Carry it with fire. Carry it with fear of the Lord. Carry it until the world believes again.